All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, Jim George is in the studio, affectionately known as Professor Gadget, not to be confused with Inspector Gadget, the cartoon. Jim is here to answer your questions about technology. Maybe you've got a TV on the fritz, or maybe you don't know how to program it, or maybe you've got another kind of a device. This is a good time to call. Or maybe you have a computer that you would like to have redone. You know, you can bring your computer over to Jim's place. He'll tell you about that in just a bit. Jim is the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion. And the number to call Jim during the show is 622-9622. Good morning, Jim. Happy Black Friday.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
How you doing?
Good. Very good.
You're heading out of town again, I heard.
Yeah, I'm heading to Lake City. I signed on to do a job for a small contractor, and it turned into be a huge job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went up there thinking I could do this job in 2 days and maybe 4,000 feet of wire. And after 2 weeks and 16,000 feet of wire, I'm still going up today with more wire. So
wow.
it's a small Walmart not type thing. It's really not. I mean, it's a small place, but it's turning into be a bigger place. Every time I turn around, they're adding something, which is fine with me. It's just that it's 90 miles away. So you drive 90 miles up and 90 miles back just to do the job.
Do you know what to tell you? I have, let's see, my neighbor pulled some weeds and somehow broke the cable that I use for my internet. So I called Cox Cable, and they came out and they put in a new wire. And ever since they did that, it works better than ever. The wire they put in is actually bigger gauge, larger.
Right.
And I pointed it out to the tech guy who came over there, and he said, "Oh man, your box is so far away. You should never have had that small wire in the first place."
Right.
So all of the problems I've had all these years apparently was because I had too small of a wire.
Sure. Well, coax comes in different sizes.
I wonder why they didn't notice this. I mean, why wouldn't they know that? They just didn't care?
If the wire had been in the ground for a reasonably long time and you got hooked up, a lazy technician just checked the signal, saw it was adequate, and hooked you up. If you had any kind of problems and you called, then a technician came out with some meters, he would right away see that small cable, which is .59, and we call it Series 59 cable, was just too small and too old to be sufficient. And he may have tried to put in a .60, just a little bit bigger, but it has more capabilities. But your guy came out and put you in an 11, or a Series 11 cable, which is, like you said, a good size cable.
Yeah.
And that has a real low loss. And so you're speeding like crazy.
Oh, good, because it is working a lot better. And as you know, Doug shares it with me through the Wi-Fi, living right next door, and so it's been better for him too. He said.
Yep. Well, good. Well, the stronger the signal you have getting into the device, the stronger you can transmit out. To even air. So since you have a modem in your house, are you connected straight to it, or do you still do wireless yourself?
I do wireless. I do the Wi-Fi thing.
Okay.
For a lot of I'm not really sure on my computer because I have a wire to my computer.
Right.
So I don't know if it's Wi-Fi or not, but I have the wire there. But I know Doug uses only the Wi-Fi, and I use the Wi-Fi on my Kindle. So
there you go. Yeah, you'd be fine. Well, some of the new devices that are interesting, changing the subject since Christmas is coming on, is something that just makes you feel good. I don't know if you've ever been to a chiropractor.
Oh yes, I have.
Have they ever put these pads on your back, and they run voltage through those pads?
On my legs, they did it.
On your legs?
Well, I was there for a car accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that they can stimulate the different nerves and different muscles.
Right.
Did you know you can buy those devices?
No, I didn't know that.
It's called a TENS unit. TENS.
Yeah, I remember him saying that. What does that stand for again? Does it mean something?
Yeah, it does, but it's something electrical networks.
Okay.
But anyway, I bought one several years ago for my wife because she had a back problem. And whenever she's just feeling like her muscles are tight or tense and she can't sleep, she can put that on and you set it and it pulses, or to give you a steady voltage.
How do you know what to set it on, though? Just whatever you can
Yeah.
stand?
Yeah, you turn it to where you feel it, and then try to go a notch higher. And if you can, fine. And if you can't, then just back it down. But it's fantastic what it does. Well, those units, a good one is around $400.
Oh, wow.
You can get a decent one for around $200. But I was just noticing in some of the Amazon and eBay's, brand new 10 units for $60.
Now I know why it's called a tens unit, because they come in tens. 60,
That's right.
200, 400. Yeah, it's all divisible by 10.
Exactly, yeah.
Does the T stand for Tesla with this particular one?
Oh, that's me.
But anyway, it's a fantastic device. And then some of the low-tech devices, I don't know if you have one, but they make this device that looks like a roll of quarters. Something if you were going to fight somebody, you'd put a roll of quarters in your
Right,
hand so you
right.
wouldn't
Yeah.
break your hand. And it has these little outcrops of little points that stick out. So, and it's got a vibration. So you hold it in your hand, for instance, and it's vibrating, and those little points are digging into you. And so you can rub it up and down your arm or up and down your back or your neck. And what my wife uses it for is puts it on the floor for her foot. And then as you roll it back and forth from your toes to your heel, and it really makes you relax. So, and that's only about $5.
Oh, that sounds good. That's a good
Very
one.
low, very
Yeah,
low
yeah.
key. But the little pricks that stick out are fairly sharp. In other words, they're made to actually indentate your skin and cause it to inflate. And that's just some of the low-tech gadgets that are available.
Do you know what I was hearing a story about a 5-year-old girl who was very, very good at the mother's cell phone, smartphone. Okay. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Are the kids actually smarter, or is technology becoming easier to figure out? I think it's the second. I think that's what it is.
But when you grow up with it, think about people who have Windows 7 and they have to go to Windows 10. Or in your case, let's assume your Mac, for some reason, they gave you a whole new operating system.
They did one time.
Try it, and how was that?
I hated it.
So no matter how much you knew about your computer, and no matter how much you knew about all the files you had and everything, you had to learn all over again.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, when you grow up with it from day one, seeing people, like my daughters, when they text, their finger never leaves the screen. If I want to say thank you, I go T, H, A, and they go, do. And it just,
They're very fast.
very fast. And if they just want to speak to it, they go, thank you. Just
Yeah.
speak into it, and it types it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that is
That's
kind of
pretty
cool.
But not growing up with it, I don't want to. I mean, what if there's somebody in the back talking and I'm saying thank you and it comes out eat dirt or something? I said, oh,
Right,
man.
right.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole funny thing
I know.
online of the funny things that people texted in unintentionally.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I know. When that first happened, we actually sat around one day, a bunch of us guys, and went to that site, and we were absolutely amazed.
Yeah, that is funny. That is funny stuff. Yeah.
Crazy thing. So, but technology it's for the younger crowd. It's true, but it's so nice when you're our age and you have technology that really works. Like, remember the clapper where you clap your hands, light,
Yeah,
right,
light on,
right.
light off.
Right. Did that work? I never had one.
Yeah, it actually worked. But now, in the early days when you had TVs and you had the remote controls, and all the old guys out there listen to me, I'll understand this. And let's say you had a dog or a cat and they had a collar on, maybe had a little bell or something. Whenever the dog would walk through the living room or the cat would scratch its neck with the bell on it, it changed channels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was really low tech, and so no matter what you have, it can be hacked. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
The other day I was watching a TV program called Limitless, and the guy has a prosthetic arm, and it's a smart arm, and it was being hacked so that it was actually doing things it wasn't supposed to do. And so, people just have too much time on their hands, and they create mischief.
That's horrible because
know.
that's a person, that's part of you.
Yep,
And
I agree.
to do something like that, that's awful.
Well, they could mess with your pacemaker. Pacemakers, when you go into a doctor's office, they talk to it wirelessly. What if people had that access code to your pacemaker and says, I'm going to turn this thing off?
Yeah. Do you know what I don't understand? There was a story, and you see these stories all the time about the lasers in the cockpits of the airplanes. There was one just a little while ago we
Yes,
had.
yes.
Okay. A plane is moving, what, 500-600 miles an hour?
Correct.
somebody on the ground with a laser. The plane's 30,000 feet up in the air, going 600 miles an hour. How are they getting it into the cockpit? How is that even possible? How is that even possible?
Well, I actually have a small laser in my car, but it's red as compared to the green.
Yeah.
Which means it does not go very far. The green or the
Oh, green goes farther?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has to do with the way it's designed, and my red is to point something out. In other words, whether you are doing a whiteboard and you want to show it on the board, and you want to show this, and you're going back and forth, reading something or whatever.
Yeah.
But it'll probably go a mile. That's 5,280
Okay.
feet.
Right.
So the green ones will go 30, 40, 50 miles easy.
But how does it get into the cockpit? The windows are at the top of the plane. You would think that the
Oh, I see the technology.
Yeah.
It could be reflection. I can't answer that, but maybe it's the fact that the plane is coming towards them, even though it's that far, that high up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not necessarily right up. They're not right under you.
Yeah, and they say they've damaged their eyes. So they must.
Yeah.
It doesn't just get in the cockpit. It sounds like a green. it hits them in the eye and it damages their eye.
Exactly.
I would almost question the damaging, but they are powerful. They are powerful lights.
You do have a phone call, and let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Jim, Robin.
Hey, Joe,
Good
how you doing?
Morning.
How you guys doing? Yeah, I remember the tuning forks in your TV remote. That was crazy.
Yes.
And I think the lasers on the aircraft is not while they're at cruising altitude, but more when they're coming in for approach for landing and stuff.
Oh, is that when they're doing
quite
it?
a bit low. Yeah. But my question for Jim, it's I'm looking for more of an opinion than anything. I'm sick and tired of my cable company for what I pay for the channels that I get and the channels that I don't really want. Is there a specific outdoor HD antenna that I could mount on the soffit of the house and draw in most of the channels that I want? I've looked at a few online. They're like $150. Do you have anything that you would suggest in that? And I'll hang up and get the answer, and I like the show. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've been telling Larry that if you go down the markets of Marion, and I don't even know the guy, but he sells a digital antenna, and it's about $40 without an amplifier, and he sells one that has a built-in amplifier for about $80. It's a weird-looking device, but there again, it's picking up digital signals as compared to the analog we're all used to. And so as long as you have it a little bit above your house or above the neighbor's house in the direction you're trying to aim at, you will get out of Orlando probably 30 channels. And if you aim it north to like Gainesville, you'll get another 20 channels. So you can get about 60 channels.
Wow, not bad.
And you not only get the NBC, ABC, CBS, CW, ION, all the usual suspects, PBS, but you'll get all the subcarriers, MeTV, MyTV, This TV, Antenna TV, Bounce TV, LiveWell TV, which are 24-hour-a-day movie channels.
Oh, okay.
Now, they're mostly in black and white. They're mostly standard def. Well, none of them are actually high def, so they're all standard def. But you can program your TV to fill the screen and do the aspect ratio so it looks like it's not stretched or any of those other outcroppings. And then as soon as you change channel and go to channel 2 and it becomes high def, it just fills the whole screen up normally and it's crystal clear.
Huh.
So that's something you should look at.
It's a new doorbell that I wanted to tell you about.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard about this new
I don't
doorbell?
know. I don't know.
Okay, when we take a break, we'll take a break, and after the break,
right.
I'll tell you about the doorbell that
right.
apparently is selling really hot, like today for
Wow.
Black Friday. We'll take a
Today.
little break. Be right back with Jim George, Professor Gadget. The phone lines are open if you want to call Jim. It is Black Friday, in case you're wondering if it's a live show. 622-9622. We'll take a break and be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly sunny and windy Friday with a shower in a couple of spots. High 78 to 80. Friday night, patchy clouds. A brief shower near the coast. Low 61 to 67. Breezy on Saturday with sunshine and some clouds. A stray shower along the coast. High 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
There's one place in Ocala where all the gifts are alive and green and growing and has more Christmas spirit than you could imagine. That place is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, now presenting their wonderful greenhouse with thousands of square feet indoors and stacked to the rafters with perfect gifts for you, for your home, and for giving. Step inside this wonderland and witness thousands of poinsettias, Christmas cactus, huge ferns, hanging plants, porch decorations, orchids, topiary, gorgeous gardenias starting at just $9.99. And of course, Bob Wine's famous Christmas trees. Idea. How about winter blooming bulbs like amaryllis or narcissus, 3-pack for just $5.99? That's just one suggestion. At Bob Wine's, there are thousands. And one thing you can be sure of, at Bob Wine's, the prices are right. Daily till 4, Saturday till 2, where this Christmas is better than ever.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA.
All right, 22 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here, also known as Professor Gadget. If you want to ask a question about a gadget, 622-9622 is the number. So here's a gadget that's a hot seller right now. It's the phone.
The phone.
Sorry. It's the doorbell. It's the Ring-connected doorbell camera. Now, I looked it up so I could read it to you. This is an internet-connected security camera built into a doorbell. Somebody pushes the doorbell button, and it alerts your phone. And you click on the app on your phone, and you get a live video feed of whomever is at the door.
Terrific.
And it lets you have an audio conversation with that person, regardless of where you are, even if you're not home.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So the delivery man comes to your house, rings the doorbell, you're at work, you go, hello? And he can't see you, but you can see him.
Yes.
But he can talk to you. I'm
Wonderful.
I'm outside your door. Oh, no, I'm not home right now. I'm at work. Can you leave the package in the backyard? Yeah. Or something like that.
Oh,
or with the
great.
neighbor,
Yeah.
whatever. Isn't that cool?
Does it say who it's made by and what it costs?
I can click on the link. Yes, it's $200. And it is made by a company called Ring, R-I-N-G.
Perfect. Yeah, we sell a
awesome.
device that's almost like that, a lot more expensive. It's made by a company called AI Phone. And so that Ring would be a very unique item. I just put closed circuit TV in my house.
Oh, really?
I just bought it, and
nice.
I'm replacing the fascia. So as I take the fascia down on the house,
What's a
I'm running-
fascia?
That's the part you see on the front of the house, the fascia, and under the bottom is the soffit on the outside of your house.
Oh,
So
okay.
I can't talk without using my hands.
Yeah, no, that's good. You're on camera.
So the bottom line is now that I'm running wires to run some lights and run some cameras. And so now we'll have 8 cameras around our house. And it's not so much for security as that we have dogs and they bark. And my wife doesn't know which dog,
What are you barking at, right?
So
right.
now she can see what they're barking. That could be a cat walking across the yard. It could be whatever. And then at the same time, I'm putting a wireless entry at the front of my gate. So when someone drives to the gate, it will go ding, ding, and that will actually activate the camera. It's motion activated. So as you go past it, it starts to record. Other than that, it's just not recording. So you might get home and push a button to see what happened that day, and nothing happened that day. As soon as something walks, a cat, a dog, anything, it opens up and starts recording.
Oh, I like
And
that.
that device, with you buy it with 4 cameras, and it's a kit, comes all complete with the wires, because I'm running mine a little longer wires, and it's like $500, which is not the end of the world for 4 cameras.
No.
But the recorder comes where it will accept 8 cameras.
Oh my gosh.
You buy as a kit with 4, and if you want to add an extra camera, they're like $100 a piece. So it's not the end of the world if you wanted to have 5 cameras or 6 cameras, you know.
Oh, how wonderful.
And if you had neighbors that do sunbathing or something, this would be a neat device, you know.
Oh, I know. Especially if you have a 2-story house. And,
Yeah.
You know, you can kind of discreetly put the camera
Put
up
it
there
there,
and
yeah.
pan the backyard.
Do bird watching.
But see, if I put a fence around my home
Yeah.
and decided to go sunbathing, they would get that drone just to see, and they'd say, "Oh my God, I wasted my money on this
Oh,
drone
boy.
for that."
Yeah.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want to see that.
Talk about Black Friday.
I just think it's amazing because even the stores that aren't technology oriented are adding all of this technology to their inventory, like Pennies and Belks. I mean, that's just really
Well, I guess you know
unusual.
about the technology where you walk in front of Pennies or Belks, and your cell phone goes off,
Oh, it does?
and a text will come on, or a screen will appear saying, "We have a special today."
Oh, really?
And they name you by name,
Uh-huh.
and they actually know what your shopping habits are.
Oh my gosh.
Because they go online, they find all that information out, and then they send it right to your cell phone.
By the way, there was a whole bunch of men went into Penny's this morning. I couldn't figure out what they were after. Then I saw the ad. It said, "Ladies' panties half off."
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that would do it. You could see that with the guys out when walking by here this day. I was thinking, one guy kept pulling his pants up. And I said,
Yeah.
well, just buy a belt.
Or a
So,
suspender.
so there was this thing on Kim Commando's show. Kim Commando does a radio show. I don't know if you know her.
Oh, I
but
do.
she-
I know of her.
So she says that by Thanksgiving of next year, by Black Friday of next year, the Amazon and Google will both be delivering packages with drones.
That is pretty cool. That's when I'm going to order stuff and have drone delivery. I'll specifically say that.
I wonder what the unexpected problems will be. I mean, one that you can sort of predict is people stealing the drone.
Yeah, they'll throw one of those nets or something at it and grab it and take it away.
Yeah, that'll be one of them. But
Probably shooting the drones down.
that's got to be one of the expected problems.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
must have that already in mind, right? So
But drones are getting cheaper and cheaper, but I don't know how much weight a drone can carry.
5 pounds is what it says on the Amazon site.
5 pounds, all right.
Well, you could order 5 pounds of coffee from Starbucks, and then they can deliver it to you. I'm for that.
Oh, boy.
I'm for that. So are you going to have any special thing on your cable system when it gets up and running that people can actually have apps, and then that way they'll have their TV all programmed for when they come home?
Yes,
They
it's
miss a show?
amazing. It's like anything in technology. As soon as you think you've mastered what it is you want to do and you start to create it, something changes and
Everything
something
changes.
gets added.
Yeah.
And we've actually cut technology off. We've said that's it. Regardless of what comes new around the corner, we're going to launch with what we have. Because
Oh,
what we
nice.
have is fantastic. I mean, think about 200 different channels from all over the world. And of course, with what closed caption the way it is, you could watch a Russian channel or a Spanish channel and have it English.
Well, Robert was watching during the attacks in France a French channel, right?
Yeah, France 24.
Yeah, France 24, right.
Wow.
We carry France 24, which are really 28 different channels.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, and of those, 5 of them are Arabic channels, French-speaking Arabic channels.
Wow.
And so
Didn't
you
know
can
that.
get a channel right from Saudi Arabia, a channel right from Egypt, right? You know.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that something?
Well, thank you for being here. You're heading out of town now?
I am. I'm on my way to Lake City.
Okay, well, drive careful up
I
on
will
that
do it. It's
interstate.
a beautiful day out today. Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful day.
It's gorgeous.
Happy shoppers
Morning.
coming out of the
By the way, if
mall.
you want your computer revamped, you might want to take it to American Cable Services. What number should they call to get that set up?
Well, they can call. We have several numbers. Tony gave you a number last week straight for him, right?
Yes.
I think so.
All right, you have that number, Robin?
Not in front of me right now.
All right.
I have
Thank
your
you, Jim.
office number.
Just call 9795, and I will direct you.
All right.
Excellent.
We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Come up early to score bargains. She's at an Orlando mall.
There's no crowd. The parking, we could get right in, we can park, but the sales are not as good. So we were able to do some of the shopping online.
The National Retail Federation estimates more than 135 million people will hit the stores over the 4